REED-BBS, BBS. Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford, race, ethnicity, legacy, and boxing. Let's fucking talk about it. The rule, R-U-L-E. We're not talking about exceptions here. We're talking about the rule. And the simple fact is, most boxing fans root for their own, quote unquote. The guy that looks like them, the guy that's from where they're from. When it's time to throw hands in a mega fight like Canelo Alvarez versus Bud Crawford, most people are going for the guy, rooting for the guy that looks like them, that's from where they're from. It is what it is. The brothers, we do it. White folks don't like to admit it, but y'all do it. Arabs, Asians, Polynesians, we all tend to root for our own, right? Which brings me to Mexican fight fans. Also guilty as charged. Boxing's most loyal, boxing's most vocal fan base, especially here in the United States. As Saturday, September the 13th approaches, the Mexican homies, I love them. They know they boxing. As I approach them, it's like, hey, Reed, you already know what it is, Reed. Hey, man, you know what time it is, Reed. And I do. I know what time it is. Mexican friends of mine, personal ones, whose boxing knowledge I vouch for personally. They're not picking Canelo because of size or strength or skill level. No, they're riding with Canelo because they're Mexican and Canelo's Mexican. And I'm not mad at that at all. I live in Dallas, Texas. When Errol Spence, from Dallas, fought Mikey Garcia, not from Dallas, in Dallas Cowboy Stadium, guess who the crowd favorite was? It wasn't Errol Spence. If a Mexican is fighting in Dallas against a fighter from Dallas who's not Mexican, the Mexican fighter, though he's not from Dallas, will get the bulk of the cheers, will be the crowd favorite in Dallas. I can't explain it. I won't even try to, but I've witnessed it time and time again. And again, I ain't mad at it. It's called riding with your own. It is what it is. Looking at the bigger picture, I'm not sure. In fact, I'm surprised that so many are surprised that the non-American Canelo is actually the crowd favorite over the American Terence Crawford in America. I'm surprised that some of y'all are surprised by that. That surprises me. Culturally speaking, in terms of culture, Canelo Alvarez resonates. He resonates. He's probably the most important Mexican fighter since Julio Cesar Chavez. The most important fighter since Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. We could debate who's better, the better Mexican fighter since Chavez Sr. Barrera, Morales, Ricardo Lopez, Juan Manuel Marquez. But there's no debate on who the most important fighter is to Mexican culture since Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. And that's Canelo Alvarez. Viva Mexico, cabrones! As for Terence Bud Crawford, brothers wasn't really checking for him like that until the Spence beatdown. We wasn't peeping Crawford like that. Not saying we shouldn't have been as possibly the best fighter in the post-Floyd Mayweather era. We just weren't. Culturally speaking, Bud didn't resonate and doesn't resonate. To this day, Bud never resonated with black fans like even Deontay Wilder managed to. In that particular way, Canelo versus Crawford is significantly more important to Mexican fans. It's more important that their guy win than it is for black fight fans. If Bud were to lose, it ain't gonna be a lot of slow singing and flower bringing. But if Canelo loses, now with that said, brothers were a little bit salty when Jaron Boots Ennis, he turned heel like in wrestling. He made a heel turn and offered his services to spar with Canelo Alvarez in preparation for Bud. The brothers wasn't feeling that, calling Boots a sellout and whatnot. So I don't want to make it seem like brothers don't care at all about Bud or this fight. It's just not to the level that Canelo, Alvarez fans, and Mexican fans care. Canelo got brothers in his camp sparring for Bud. Bud has had a Hispanic dude, a Latino dude, one of his trainers. I don't know if my man's Mexican or not, but he's Latino. He's been part of Team Crawford since the beginning. Hey, race, ethnicity, it's a big part of this fight. With that said, Canelo needs to channel his inner Mexican stylistically. This doesn't need to be a cute boxing match where he's showcasing skill. He needs to make it a mano-a-mano dog fight. Some mano-a-mano type of shit. None of that fair-skinned, pretty boy, freckle-faced shit. No, he needs to bring that darker brown-skinned Mexican, that Emmanuel Vaquero type of vibe. That's how Canelo needs to fight against Crawford. Mind you, that's not an official prediction. We'll get to that in my next Canelo Crawford video, as well as getting into the legacy and how that'll play a factor. Who has the most to gain and who has the most to lose in terms of legacy. But yeah, we'll hit that the next video. REED-BBS, BBS, Blackbird Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies, Television, Fred Sanford of the Fistic Arts. When all is said and done, there's nothing left to say or do.